Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Today, we're delving into one of the most seismic what-ifs in NBA history. Could LeBron James, the Lakers' $101 million star and four-time NBA champion, actually leave Los Angeles and suit up alongside Stephen Curry and even Kevin Durant in Golden State? Buckle up, because we're about to peel back the layers on this blockbuster possibility, speculate on the ripple effects across the league, and ask the burning question: is LeBron's LA tenure truly coming to an end? The setup: LeBron James holds a player option worth $52.6 million for the 2025-26 season. It's a mammoth figure, but for a future Hall of Famer still averaging over 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, taking that option seems more than reasonable, and at least on the surface. Yet, CBS Sports' Ashley Nicole Moss dropped a bombshell recently, suggesting that LeBron could instead opt out and join the Warriors this summer. Picture it: Steph Curry, KD, LeBron, 3 generational talents finally on one roster. The basketball world would explode. Social media would crash. Jerseys would fly off shelves. The lure is undeniable. But let's not jump the gun. There's a calculus to factor, from family ties to front office loyalties, not to mention the salary cap gymnastics required to pull off such a deal. Let's start by unpacking LeBron's motivations. He came to LA to chase titles, cement his legacy, and, on a deeply personal level, to play alongside his son, Bronny James, once the young guard arrives in the league. After that painful first-round exit to the Timberwolves, despite LeBron's heroic averages of 25.4 points, 9.0 rebounds, and 5.6 assists, questions loom. Is this Lakers roster built to win now? Does front office guru Rob Pelinka have the pieces to surround LeBron and Luka Doncic in a way that makes a third star the missing link? Or has the Lakers brass already squeezed all they can from this core? Meanwhile, in the Bay Area, Steve Kerr's championship culture still thrives, and Oakland, or wherever the Warriors end up, has cap space and flexibility if they play their cards right. They just need that marquee name to make the puzzle complete. Imagine the whispers inside the Warriors' front office. What would it take to get LeBron? They know the allure. Curry and LeBron on the same team? That sellout crowds would swell from Chase Center to Toyota Center overnight. But basketball operations isn't run on nostalgia. It's run on contracts, cap holds, and draft compensation. To bring in LeBron, Golden State would need to clear at least $40 million in cap space. That might mean moving out Andrew Wiggins' a hefty salary, sending Klay Thompson packing via trade, or even sacrificing future draft picks. Could they send a package centered on James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, plus a swap of first-rounders in 2026? Or would they push the envelope further, dangling Jordan Poole and Draymond Green's expiring deals to make room? The price tag would be steep, but a big three of LeBron, Steph, and KD might justify any cost for a franchise chasing its next banner. Now, imagine the ripple effects beyond the court. If LeBron James were to heed the siren song of the Bay Area and link up with Stephen Curry, and perhaps even Kevin Durant, it would trigger seismic shifts across franchises, free agency, and the very psychology of winning in today's NBA. The instant that news broke, Lakers fans would be stunned into disbelief. Season ticket renewals would hang in the balance, and opposing executives would recalibrate their own plans. Milwaukee's Chris Middleton might suddenly find himself in demand as a veteran wing. The Suns might pivot away from DeAndre Ayton and target another two-way big. Suddenly, every roster with cap space or trade assets becomes a potential suitor for role players looking to join the super team narrative. Could this be the moment we witness the true dawn of orchestrated superclusters, where 3 future Hall of Famers congregate not by happy accident, but by design? Meanwhile, the Warriors' already vaunted culture of continuity and player development would receive an all-time boost. Young talents like Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole would see their ceilings skyrocket in practice. Imagine Poole learning the nuances of off-ball cutting from LeBron or Wiggins refining his two-way craft alongside KD. The locker room hum would be electric. "He's the king," Curry might say. "He's the guy I grew up watching. Now we get to win together." All of a sudden, the Warriors' model, draft development, continuity, pick-and-roll wizardry, gets a LeBron-powered upgrade. Could Golden State not only reclaim the West but effectively redraw the entire map of title contention for the next several seasons? On the flip side, the Lakers would plunge into a period of soul-searching and redefinition. Without LeBron, the franchise brand would still shine bright. Remember, it's the Lakers. But the on-court product would hinge on Luka Doncic's ability to ascend to true superstar leadership. Would Pelinka pivot toward a youth infusion, maybe packaging veterans, in three-team deals to acquire draft capital and younger assets? Perhaps the Lakers would embrace a full Luka show strategy, surrounding him with shooters, defensive wings, and that elusive rim-running big man who could be a rookie or mid-range veteran. But make no mistake, the aura vacuum left by LeBron's departure would demand a wholesale narrative rebuild. Could this become the story of Luka season, akin to how the Suns rebranded around Devin Booker and Chris Paul 2 years ago? And would the fans, ever hungry for championships, show patience? Further still, consider the national television implications. The NBA's biggest draws have always been its megastars. A Curry-Durant-LeBron juggernaut would dominate ABC's primetime. Slots, streaming viewership would skyrocket, and the league's marketing machinery would pivot toward the Final Three. We'd see special edition jerseys, docuseries, and every broadcast partner clamoring for behind-the-scenes access. Yet, under this spotlight, every misstep, burnout, benching controversies, playoff hiccups, would be magnified to mythic proportions. Could these athletes, each accustomed to carrying entire franchises, share the narrative spotlight without friction? Or would we witness unprecedented drama as they navigate whose vintage moments get commemorated on League History Nights? Let's not forget, too, the ripple effect on coaching hierarchies. Steve Kerr, lauded as a player's coach, would suddenly be managing the sport's most powerful personalities. Would he lean into a more democratized leadership style, perhaps deferring to LeBron in situational game design while focusing on big-picture strategy? Or might Kerr find that the conventional Warriors' motion offense needs substantial tweaking to accommodate LeBron's post-up prowess and KD's ISO genius? And what of Luke Walton, Mike Budenholzer, or Monty Williams? Would they become hot commodities should Kerr's seat feel hotter? Or would they be brought in to assist on a super advisory staff? Could this ignite a revitalization in coaching staffs league-wide as experts scramble to adapt to super team demands? Then there's the global branding aspect. LeBron's move to Golden State would ignite international droves. Imagine the spike in Chinese jerseys, the European sponsorship deals, and the NBA's promotional tours in Asia and Africa. The league's global growth strategy, which has eyed LeBron as the face of the NBA for 2 decades, would achieve its apotheosis. Could an epic Curry-LeBron chapter actually accelerate the NBA's push into untapped markets, driving new partnerships in emerging economies and further outpacing other major sports leagues? Meanwhile, the ripple effect in LA would be nothing short of seismic. Imagine the scene at Crypto.com Arena when season ticket holders receive the startling headlines that LeBron has opted for a new adventure. Some die-hard fans would be caught between heartbreak and disbelief, downright outrage that the man who redefined a franchise and carried their hopes for nearly a decade would suddenly walk away. You'd hear chants of "Bring him back" echoing through bars and living rooms, and social media timelines would be flooded with fuming takes, memes, and conspiracy theories about Rob Pelinka's decision-making. Meanwhile, another segment of the fan base, those hungry for fresh intrigue, might find themselves strangely invigorated by the drama, eagerly subscribing to every rumor mill and imagining the narrative possibilities of an off-season reshaped by shockwaves. Legendary Lakers icons like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Shaquille O'Neal would almost certainly wade into the conversation, their every word dissected in talk radio monologues and post-game studio segments. Magic might lean into a business-first perspective. LeBron's earned the right to choose his path, he'd say, while Kareem could offer a more philosophical take on legacy and longevity. Shaq, never one to mince words, could deliver a bombastic soundbite that becomes an instant viral clip. If he leaves, he was still the best ever, just not a Laker forever. Their combined influence would only amplify the gravity of the moment, underscoring that this decision transcends a mere roster shuffle. It's the closing chapter of a generational saga. Off the court, the economic fallout would be just as dramatic. Corporate sponsors who have attached themselves to LeBron's star power, luxury car brands, local restaurants, tourism boards, would scramble to recalibrate their marketing budgets. Premium seat prices could plummet in anticipation of diminished star drawing power, forcing the organization to slash ticket prices or sweeten season ticket packages to maintain sellout streaks. Local businesses would feel the tremors as well. Restaurants that once thrived on post-game crowds could bristle at the prospect of fewer high-profile visitors. At the same time, marketers and merchandise distributors would spin into overdrive, crafting limited edition "Where's LeBron?" apparel guaranteed to fly off shelves, creating one final revenue windfall from a potential exodus. And yet, underpinning all this is that one unanswerable question: what truly motivates LeBron? At this juncture, is it the insatiable pursuit of another ring, yet another ultimate proof point in an already historic career? The lure of yet another championship banner, despite having amassed 4 already, might still call to him like a siren in the night. Or is it the familial pull, the profound desire to shepherd his son Bronny through his own NBA journey, ensuring his boy's development unfolds under the same California sun that LeBron has long called home? Perhaps it's the itch of a new, audacious challenge, the raw thrill of "let's disrupt the disruptors and prove that even at 40, LeBron can master a new system, thrive alongside different teammates, and leave an indelible mark wherever he lands." Could this decision, more than any statistical milestone or personal accolade, distill down to LeBron's own narrative arc, his unquenchable hunger to define his legacy not by where he started, but by how he chose to finish? Would he be driven by the allure of that final cinematic chapter, the one where the king ventures across state lines, unites with Steph and KD, and crafts a basketball Avengers team for the ages? Or would he feel the gravitational pull of Los Angeles, his brand empire, philanthropic ventures like the I Promise School, his sprawling real estate investments, and the daily rhythms of his family life, anchoring him firmly to the city that has been his stage for so many triumphs and tribulations? In the end, we stand on the cusp of an off-season so fraught with possibility that every whisper, every cryptic social media post, every front office insider leak is like an earth tremor shaking the very foundation of the league. Will LeBron decide that the Lakers are indeed his forever stage, where he'll forever cement his legend amid Hollywood glamour, or will he vault across the bay to orchestrate the ultimate super-duper team, leaving Los Angeles fans to wrestle with the echoes of what might have been? One path promises continuity: Luka Doncic stepping into a larger leadership role, Pelinka retooling around a dynamic duo. The other path births a jaw-dropping reinvention, the kind of blockbuster move that could reset every contender's timeline and cast a long shadow over the next decade. But what do you think about all of this? Is a Warriors-Lakers LeBron blockbuster merely the stuff of fevered daydreams, or are we truly on the verge of witnessing the boldest move in NBA history? I'm torn between the romance of Hollywood's greatest comeback story and the deeply personal threads of LeBron's Los Angeles legacy, a legacy built on both triumph and transformation. Your thoughts matter more than ever. because whether he stays or goes, the ripple effects of LeBron's next decision will echo through this league for years to come. I can't wait to read your takes in the comments below. Meanwhile, the ripple effect in LA would be nothing short of seismic. Imagine the scene at Crypto.com Arena when season ticket holders receive the startling headlines that LeBron has opted for a new adventure. Some die-hard fans would be caught between heartbreak and disbelief, downright outrage that the man who redefined a franchise and carried their hopes for nearly a decade would suddenly walk away. You'd hear chants of "Bring him back" echoing through bars and living rooms, and social media timelines would be flooded with fuming takes, memes, and conspiracy theories about Rob Pelinka's decision-making. Meanwhile, another segment of the fan base, those hungry for fresh intrigue, might find themselves strangely invigorated by the drama, eagerly subscribing to every rumor mill and imagining the narrative possibilities of an off-season reshaped by shockwaves. Legendary Lakers icons like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Shaquille O'Neal would almost certainly wade into the conversation, their every word dissected in talk radio monologues and post-game studio segments. Magic might lean into a business for